Hello everybody, I am Huff on the ShadowsReign A1A YouTube channel, and today we are going to be talking about the Basilisk. Now the Basilisk is the revolver pistol in Modern Warfare 2, and it's one of the harder ones to use. I can say that because I've got the Platinum challenges unlocked for these weapons now, all the pistols, and just because it was the harder one, it doesn't mean it was necessarily the worst one. Now, it's very punishing to use, but very fun, so if you do get it right, it's okay, to be honest. I wouldn't use it in Warzone. I would say that this is definitely a exclusive to multiplayer and invasion. Definitely. It's too risky to be pulling it out on a loadout class, I'm afraid. There's other things that I'd rather be using for my pistol. Even that's me saying that, who's the off-meta king. So, just bear that. I say off-meta these days, but I'm using an EBR. I've always used EBRs, even the last game, and now they're popular, so I'm kind of become meta. But we're going to be talking about this a bit more in depth. So for me, I like using it with the normal ammunition. I don't like using the snake shot on it because it feels inconsistent. Feels very inconsistent, especially akimboed. And you can get one-hit kills anyway when you use normal mags. When you get that one tap to the chest, to the head. It's good. Now, I like to use this as a hip-firing type weapon because if you do build it for hip-fire, it's got a very tight hip-fire cone and you can keep that movement speed without having to aim down sights. And yeah, there's just going to be a lot less visual clutter on the screen when you're hip-firing it, of course. So that's how I like to build it. And obviously, if you hit the chest or the head, it's going to be one-tapping people. Extremely fun pistol to use in that regard. However, it does have its issues when you start trying to hit people at range with it because it needs recoil stabilization. Put it that way. So instead of just firing up, it fires up and a little bit to the right. So if you can get a little bit of hip-fire stabilization on there, you'll be okay. That's how I would do it. Now, for me, it's the hip-fire monster. I'd like to not really use it in akimbo even with normal ammunition. The reason that I'm doing that is purely because of the fact that it just makes that hip-fire cone a bit wider. Yes, you can get one-taps if you're right in the face, but then you might as well just be using the snake shots because that's the only other time you're going to get one-hit kills with those two. So, just something for you all to bear in mind. And I like having that one-hit lethality at range because if you do hit someone in the head at range, it's going to be absolute fun. It's going to be absolute scenes. So, that's how I like to use it. Now, we are going to talk about the build for this. So, you can build it however you like, really. So long as it's got a nice clear sight, and you build recoil stabilization, and you build hip-fire accuracy, some of these give you the same benefits, then you're going to have a good time. This is going to be the most consistent feeling pistol. I say conversion of this pistol, not the most consistent pistol. Hell no. But you also need the lightweight trigger on there as well. You're going to need that on there because it feels very slow, very sluggish when you're firing it without, and also has an open bolt delay. This means you've kind of got to lead your shots a little bit, even in multiplayer. It's a little bit of a nuisance to deal with, and that light trigger on the pistol helps it out. It's late, okay? It's 9 PM and I was up all night last night watching the England matches and all other matches and going to a pub. But yes, you need that lightweight trigger on there because it's going to be an absolute slog if you don't. It's going to improve that open bolt delay and it's just going to be an absolute treat for you. So the next thing that I do want to talk about regarding this particular pistol is that it's not the best pistol. The Deagle can do the same thing with its hipfire, although it doesn't have the same hipfire cone, doesn't have the same hipfire accuracy. It can still be a little monster for you up close, and you can't spam it the same way you can a P980. So akimbos, you're going to be using the X13 autos. So just full autos. So I can't justify telling you to pick this pistol, but I can tell you if you are going to use it for your camo grind, this is the way that you want to build it to get those challenges done. If you don't just want to quickly jump in invasion and kill NPCs. So that's just something to bear in mind. But guys, what do you think? What is the pistol that you are using the most in Call of Duty? Be it Warzone, be it multiplayer, whatever game mode you're playing, what you're using, what's your build? I want to know in the comment section below and we'll have a little talk about it. But do you think that this Basilisk pistol is worth using? We'll have a little chat about that as well. But guys, nearly at 600 subscribers. So if you could hit that subscribe button on your way out, that would be an absolute delight. And we'll see you in the next one. Peace. I'm still doing this. For me, it's strong at all levels, so you're not going to go through a early level absolute crisis when you're using the Deagle or the Basilisk. So this one's probably still good if you just want to pick up a pistol, get it ranked up for Warzone for your secondary class. this is probably the one to go. It does 2-shot up close, like the Deagle. Doesn't have that good a range compared to the Deagle, because obviously, of course, it doesn't. It's a completely different caliber of round.